Hey, hola, como-estas? Bonjour, ça va? It's me, the Lost Canuck, coming at you live and in person from the barbecue lab. And hey, on today's show, you see this giant piece of meat in front of me. This is a full packer brisket that I got at Costco about a year ago. And it's been sitting in my fridge for a year. So this has been sitting in my freezer for about a year. So, and not my fridge, because if it was in the fridge, it'd be pretty rancid by now. But anyways, I really don't like letting meat go past a year in my freezer. Even though it's frozen, it will still go rancid over time. Freezing process greatly slows the process of rancidity down, but it doesn't completely stop it. So keep that in mind. Try not to keep stuff in your freezer for past a year. It just, the fat in it will taste a little funny. Anyways, so we're going to take this Costco brisket that I got in 2025, and we're going to turn it into this super yummy, juicy, delicious, delectable sliced brisket. Stay tuned. All right, so we got this giant. This is a 22-pound brisket. Okay, it's big. Okay, so I'm going to cook it up. So this week is the Canada Day, July 1st, plus 4th of July, giant holidays in both countries, in the United States and Canada. So to celebrate, I thought I'd make a brisket. I unfortunately won't be home for the 4th of July holiday, but I'll cook this up, and whatever the family doesn't eat, our neighbors can enjoy the brisket. Okay, so for all you Lone Star Grillz 42-inch pellet smoker fans, or pellet smoker fans in general, doesn't have to be a Lone Star Grillz, but that's what we're going to use on today's cook. This video is for you, okay? So like I said, we're going to use the 42-inch. Got my cooking hat on, so you know it's going to be a crazy, chaotic day of cooking, or night. So what we're going to do is, on the 42, we're going to go crazy. It's a crazy experiment as well. We're going to put so much smoke on this thing isn't going to know what hit it, okay? We're going to use the standard 42-inch pellet smoker, which is super smoky. I'm going to use pellets mixed with crushed pecan shells that I get from my friend Dave Kleinman. Okay, so we'll do a 33% mix there, so super smoke there, plus Lone Star smokes like crazy anyways. Then I'm going to use my split basket that I got from Mike Huber. So I'm going to run splits for the first few hours of the cook, a little extra smoke. And then finally, I know this for a fact, the Rollbox from Smoke Chasers fits under the drip tray heat deflector. So we're going to load that up with some charcoal and some chunks. It's also going to put out smoke. So we're going to have charcoal, pellets, crushed pecan shells, and wood splits. Yes, Lost Canuck's gone crazy. We'll see if this actually works. Stay tuned. All right, so let's get this thing out of the package. Now, if you've ever seen a brisket trimmed before, you can just fast forward on over. If you're new to the channel and you don't know how to trim a brisket, look, I'm not a brisket trimming expert. I just trim them up for what the family likes, okay? Everybody does it a little differently. This is how I do it. This is for eating. This isn't for barbecue competition. So we're going to get it out of the cryovac package here and start working on it. Now it's a big guy. So I don't know. It's not going to flip up. We'll get it out. So if it's 22 pounds, after you trim all the stuff off, and you save the trimmings, by the way, it's probably going to end up to be about a 19 pound. You take 3-4 pounds of stuff off, and then you save that, and you can make tallow. It's always a good time. So this is a big cook. Let's get her open. Use our big butcher knife here. Okay, so magically we got it out of the cryovac. This thing is massive. I don't know what I was thinking a year ago. But basically this is your presentation side, and the other side's your fat cap. So you can see it's got some oxidation in here. You want to cut all that stuff off. This hard fat, see, this is starting to yellow a little bit, so you know it's been in the freezer for a while. So what I'm going to do is trim this up, make it look a little prettier. Take some of the silver skin off. Take some of the hard fat off. We'll save the trimmings because you can make tallow out of some of it. Some of it, like the mohawk up here, we can make put it through the grinder. It's really nice for ground beef. All right, man, this thing's huge. It's the biggest brisket I've ever cooked. That's tallow for making tallow. Actually, I can make tallow out of that too. That's brine. It's a big knob of fat here. Some of these end pieces. Okay, so you can see this has got a huge fat cap on the other side. Oh, there's still some oxidation here too. So we'll take that off. You don't want those. But you can make good tallow out of it. This is called the mohawk up here. So we'll just take that off. Smooth it out a bit. I like to try and get it down a 1/4 inch. You know, just do the best you can. Some of this is really thick. Look, and if you dig into the meat, it's no big deal. You know, it all cooks up. We'll either foil boat it or we'll take care of it one way or another. But don't worry about it if you dig into it. Okay, I'm gonna cut the edges off here anyway. So this is the thinnest part of the brisket here. So I'm probably gonna just round it like this. Enough trimming. Like I said, I probably got about three pounds of trim. So I got some good grind that I'm going to keep. This we'll put into the pan for tallow, making our own tallow. And that's just silver skin and some other stuff you don't want. All right. So we've trimmed the brisket. Now we're going to put a little binder on it. Again, you don't have to use binder if you don't want to. It's very controversial. I'm a binder weirdo. That's what I do. So let's get the binder on, and then we'll put our rub on. Okay, hang tight. All right. Well, for the binder, I'm going to just use some of this W sauce by Bear and Burton. It's good. I like it. You won't be able to really taste it, but I think it adds umami to the cook. It's just Worcestershire sauce, so let's put a little on. I'll put some on both sides. It's just to hold your rub, okay? That's all it does. And it makes me feel good about doing it, you know. And I think we should all do things that just, you know, make you feel good. And if you don't like binder, or you hate binder, or you hate the Lost Canuck, leave me a comment. I get all kinds of comments, trust me. Oh, I hear all kinds of crazy comments. You wouldn't even believe it. Comes with being out on YouTube. Okay, so we got that side. Unfortunately, like I say, I won't be around for 4th of July, where I usually cook something yummy. But I will be home for the 1st of July, which, where I'm from in my old country, is Canada Day. Canada, United States, 1776. Canada, 1867. All right. Okay, so we got our binder on. So I'm going to put 2 different kinds of rub on, okay? They're not fancy, and they're very Texas style. So I've got my local Ope We're Smokin from Josh and Sarah. This is really good rub. It's salt, pepper, garlic, and there's a little thyme. It's good stuff. So Texans, this is very traditional. You guys would approve. You can see the big salt flakes in here too. Okay, we're going to dry brine this overnight. We'll roll it around to get all the edges. Then, this is Bolner's from Texas. Season it all, okay? It's just seasoned salt. I'm going to put a little extra salt in here. This is a huge piece of meat. So a little extra salt is going to be okay. This adds some good flavor too, and some nice color. So this is a lot bigger than that Aldi's brisket that I tried. If you haven't seen that one, it's kind of funny. I'll leave the video link up here for it. All right, that was a bad experiment. And again, you don't need gloves either. It's I have a sort of a textured version, I guess, something, I don't know, but I use gloves. You don't have to. Okay, I'm going to flip it back over so that the fat cap's down, because fat really doesn't absorb too much of the rub, but it does add flavor on the bark. Oh well, you can get this on Amazon too. I'll put a link for it. I'd prefer you get it from your local barbecue store though. You know, they're opening a brand new barbecue store here in Hudson, Wisconsin. Smoke on the Water Grills and Provisions. And I talked to the owner yesterday at a farmer's market. Nice guy, Dave. So I'm really excited about the opening. It's going to open up in July. All right, so we're seasoned. We're all set. We're going to leave this in the fridge overnight to tomorrow evening around 8 o'clock. So it'll be in there for 24 hours, soaking up the rub, and then we'll throw it onto the pit. So I will see you down at the Lone Star when we get this thing fired up. All right, well, it's the Lost Canuck again. Hey, we're down at the Lone Star Grillz 42-inch pellet smoker. We're going to, like I said before, we're going to go crazy with smoke. So I've got the pellets in here loaded with the crushed pecan shells, 33% mix. Those are from Dave Kleinman. Okay, I've got the Huber Products split basket here that I'm going to get loaded up. Plus, I've got the, this here is the Rollbox by Smoke Chasers. It's a little smoke box, and I have it loaded with wood and charcoal. And if you haven't seen me test it out, I'll leave a video link up above. It's a pretty cool little box. This is their new and improved one. I went and bought a new and improved one. So you'd say, hey, Lost Canuck, yours doesn't look like mine. So the older ones have the feet welded. The newer ones have these tabs and then welds, okay? So what I'm going to do is, well, I better open this. What I'm going to do is light these 2 briquettes, drop them in the roll box, put that wood chunk on it, close it, put it underneath my deflector plate, turn my pit on, put a split in here, and I'll set it up for 225. Actually, to get it lit, I got to go 250 and then back off to 225. So let me go grab my hot gloves because I'll need them to pick these up and put them in there. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm gonna take the camera off so you can see inside here before I get going. You can see inside my pellet hopper. Check everything out before I get the cook going. Okay, so that's the roll box. You can see I got her. Got some meat church at the end, and then some char logs underneath there because they fit nice. So I got the box all cleaned out, and you can see there's my crushed pecan shell and hickory lumberjack 100% hickory with crushed pecan shells from Dave Kleinman. So we got her all on there. Oh, I forgot to tell you, for the splits, I got the Carolina Cookwood seasoned splits, so they won't burn up as fast. So let's get this thing lit, these briquettes lit. So our briquettes are lit. I just move this down because I get a little closer. Okay, got my Magna Chef gloves. These are pretty good. All right. Okay, so we're going to let that burn. The coals burn for a second or two. You saw I lit them, and they're all touching. So I'm going to shove this wood back in after it smokes a little bit, and then we'll get going. Looks like it's going to storm. Good for me. Well, I might as well light this thing up. It says it's 97 outside. I believe it. Okay, well, the meat church briquettes are lit. You can see the smoke coming out of there. I got the Lone Stars fired up. It's all open right now. So let's get this last little piece of wood in there. Close the lid. You can see the smoke coming out of here. I'm going to put it in underneath the deflector plate. Use your hot gloves, because it is hot inside. So we got our, I can see the smoke coming out of the roll box. So let's take our, now, this is made by Huber Products, and there's a link for that in my video below. Lone Star is now making the exact same basket. It's basically right from their El Fuego Trio. So you can buy this from Lone Star Products as well. You can buy it from Mike Huber. I'm not going to tell you where to buy anything, but it is available in 2 places now. So we'll put the split basket in. There's the hickory split I'm going to use. Let's put it over the box. There we go. I like to put mine right in the middle. Now I've got I'm using my universal frame here with the grill grates that I have from Amazon. I know there's guys out there that are making a really super beautiful, nice finished one, both the top and the bottom, for I think it's $600, and it has the removable thing to get your firebox. I'll put a link for that. I can't remember if it's Great Grates or the machine place, but I will put a link for them in the description. This is a cheaper way to go. There's the really nice buy once, cry once way to go. And again, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but there are other options. Okay, so let's get this closed up so the split catches. We got our roll box going. I got it set at 250, so she should catch. Actually, I'll put it at 275 to make sure it catches on fire. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll crank it back down to about 225, and we'll throw the brisket on. We'll see you in a second. Hey, well, it's about 10:30 at night. I'm going to throw the brisket on. It is going to be a stormy night, they're saying, so I'm going to move my grill a little closer to the garage so it doesn't get too wet. Hopefully my cover on the controls here does a good job. So let's get the probes in. You can see the smoke production is amazing on this thing right now. Like I say, I got splits going, I got the roll box, got the mix in here. It's doing well. So let's put a couple of different probes in here. Got to use my real hands to do it. Okay, so what I usually do is I put one in the point. And this is a massive brisket, so there's the one in the flat. Okay, so let me get my other glove. I'm gonna open this up. You can see I got my tallow. Got a little water pan. I like using the water pan because it helps take some of the spikes out when you put the splits in. Okay, we're gonna put this up top, and we'll add a split. So I'm gonna put the point end down towards the fire pot. Oh boy, with the fat side down towards the heat. Barely fits. I got my drip pan, got my brisket, water pan. So I'm gonna just open this up, put another split in. Oh yeah, see the splits already, you can see the splits burned down already. So let's throw one in. I'll throw one in another hour. There. Okay. Close this thing up. Let's get her cooking. Now a brisket this massive, I'm expecting a 20-hour total cook at least. Well, hang on. It's 10:30 now. I'll check it in 12. Okay. It should be into the stall in about 12 hours. About. Maybe 8 hours. It all depends on how much fat content's in there. So I'll check it in the morning, see where we're at. Wrap it probably by 10 a.m. and then let her keep going. All right. So the next time you see me, I'll be well, my videographer won't be around, but I'll do some spritzing. Actually, you won't see that. So I'm gonna here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let the bark get set up. I'll spritz it a couple times. I'm gonna throw, as you saw me throw the split on, and then around midnight, just before I go to sleep, I'll come down and just give it a quick check, and throw another split in, just so we got lots of smoke. All right, we'll see you then. All right, well, we're getting some pretty decent smoke output. It's almost midnight, and it's cruising right around 225, 230. I'm just gonna go and throw another split in, and then go to bed. Okay, so I got some nice coals going on in there. There's the burn pot. Still got my Rollbox going. I think it's probably burnt out by now. It's been going for a couple hours. But I'm going to throw a split in. This guy in here. And then, actually I'm throwing some charcoal in here now too. That M&M. Or, sorry, Meat Church. Meat Church charcoal. It works really good. Hey, well, it's the next day. We had a little bit of a storm roll through last night. But I pushed my smoker up a little closer, and the garage actually shielded my pit from the rain, so I like that. So we're still smoking. What I did was, so we smoked for about 8 hours overnight. And what I did is I went in, I spritzed it, I put a little more wood in, and then I flipped it so the fat side was up so we get good coverage. We're still smoking. I put some, actually I put some charcoal down in the basket. We'll show you that in a second. But what we're going to do now, and we're cruising, oh, and I turned it up went from 225 up to 250. We're in the stall right now. It's stalled. It's about 150 on the point and the flat. So what I'm going to do, flip it back over. It's been doing that for a couple hours. We'll take a look at the wood basket and we'll keep on cruising. Let's take a look, see what we got here. And oh yeah, look at the bark on there. It looks pretty decent. The smoke coming out of here. And I got tallow in there. Lots of fun things going on. So we're just going to turn this back upside down again. Okay. And you can see when it shrunk up, it actually hit the top of my smoker, but I'm not going to worry about that. All right, let's go. Let's look in the Let's look in the little Huber product split basket. Oh, yeah, see, I got a char log sitting in there, plus some wood. That's seasoned wood. It works well. Just gonna push that over a bit. It's sitting there smoking pretty good. And then I'm using the pellets with pecan shells. So let's get this closed up. Oh, and I don't know if you can see it from this, but there's my little box, the Rollbox by Smoke Chasers. Now that probably burnt out last night after about 3 hours, but we got some added smoke there too. All right, so it's closed back up. Lots of smoke, lots of things going on. We got the Rollbox, got the split basket, we got mixture here. It's crazy. All right, so after we get through the stall, normally I wrap in butcher paper, okay? This time we're gonna just do a foil. I've never done it. Let's try the foil boat method, see if it works any better. And we'll foil boat it and then cook it the rest of the way. I'll turn it up to 275 because it'll have the fat cap up and we don't have to worry about it. So I'll see you when it's time to give her the old foil boat. Hey, well, we're back at the pit. The temp probes are, in around 165, 170. Time for the foil boat. It's pretty windy, so hopefully my foil doesn't blow away. I'll leave the box down on one end so it doesn't blow away. What we're going to do is we're going to pick the brisket up, put it on there, and then you roll up the edges around it. We'll put a little tallow in the bottom. Now, when you foil boat your brisket, you always leave the fat cap up because it takes more abuse. So let's take a look at this. Holy, looks good. So, oh, it's heavy. Oh, and that's our fat cap. Is this way. All right, so what you do, and I'll grab some tallow here in a second that we just made. We'll pour some in the bottom. All right, so you can see the top fat cap is exposed. We're protecting the bottom. I'm going to put this on here. Now first, I made a canoe. See, I'm Canadian. It's like a boat, except it's a canoe. Okay? So what we're going to do, some of this tallow we just made, I'm going to pour some of that in there too. Just into the bottom. Right, that'll flow into the bottom. Keep the bottom moist. There. Actually, I'm going to take the rest of this inside and put it in my tallow jar. Save it. Okay. So let's put the brisket back on. I just don't want to burn myself like I just did. I'm going to take it up to 275. We'll cook it till, it's probe tender, up to completion, which is in the 200s. There. And that's it. Let's check our pellets. Oh yeah, we got lots. All right. So when it's time to pull this, we're going to eat this tomorrow. Okay, so another day. So when it's time to pull, I'll pull it, put it into a foil pan, put it into my Vevor warming oven, and do a hot hold for several hours, overnight. So I'll see you when it's time to pull. See you in a minute. All right, well, we're back at the pit. It's been on the pit for 18 hours, and pit's been running fine. Look, I don't care what you say about Lone Star Grillz, but I call this thing old reliable, okay? You plug it in, you put pellets in it, it just smokes. Yeah, they're expensive, but it's kind of a buy once, cry once. So I really like the Lone Star. This is the 42. They have a 36, a little smaller, a little less expensive. They have the cabinet, bigger, a lot more room. And then they have the new El Fuego Trio. So if you are considering buying a pellet grill, and I'm not saying, you know, this is the only one you should look at, but I like this thing. And I'm not paid or sponsored by those guys. Everything I've got here, I've bought with my own money. So let's take a quick look at this brisket. We'll probe it for. Now my RFX probes are telling me it's ready to pull. So let's see what's the temperature outside right now. It's 95 degrees. So maybe I didn't even need to put pellets in here. All right. Oh yeah. Look at that bark. It's like buttery. Oh. So 204. 203. It's going in like butter. 202. Okay, so it's basically, except for this little part of the point down here. Sorry. Except for this little part of the flat down here. That's the flat. That's the point. It's done. So I'm gonna go put this into into my little Vevor folding oven inside. Put it in this pan, and we will slice it up tomorrow. And so I'm gonna do like probably a 20-hour hold. And you can do that if you have the holding ability. So we're gonna pull this off. First of all, I'm gonna put this in cool down mode. There we go. So we're going to stop burning pellets. See the smoke? It's even smoking now, but it'll stop feeding pellets. Let's get this table folded up, and we'll get our pan over here. Look at that. Okay, so now we're pulled. Oh yeah, I got a lot of tallow in there, but we're going to put this in. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit out so the temperatures drop down, you know, down under 180. We'll go put it in the holding oven, and then we'll slice it tomorrow. So I'll bring this inside. Hang on. All right, well, our pit's cooling down. Check the probe tenderness. She's tender. Got her in the holding, or got her sitting out next to the holding cooler. I'm going to wait till the temperature drops down a little bit, and then I'll put it in there. I have it set for 150. We will slice it tomorrow, so I'll see you when it's time to pull it and slice it. Hey, well, we're up here in the barbecue lab, which also doubles as our kitchen. And hey, I got a new t-shirt today, and this is for you, Chris Seacott. If you're watching this, check it out. It's an awesome shirt. Anyways. So, hey, I just pulled the brisket out of the warmer. You just saw that. Look at the bark on here. I mean, it is amazing. It's it's set up beautifully. I think the foil bolt method maybe worked out okay. We're gonna find out. So this is kind of a cool experiment we did. We had the crushed pecan shells in with my pellet mix, so that was kind of fuel one. Fuel 2 was we had the Rollbox from Smoke Chasers, a little smoke generator. It worked awesome. And then the third fuel was I was throwing splits. I threw some briquettes in there, etc. So we had the whole trifecta going on there. All right. So it's kind of my fake El Fuego Trio pit. So let's here's the point. Here's the flat. It really shrunk up. So let's give her a cut. Maybe about here, I'd say. And see what we get. Cutting pretty easy. She's juicy. And it's got a nice smoke ring around the edges. This is the fat cap, but down by the bottom here, it's got a... Oh, it's so... Look at it. I don't want to pick it up too much. The juice is just oozing out of it. But yes, very nice smoke ring. Let's pull a couple of slices out of here. I'll try not to go too thick. Of course, I don't have the proper brisket knife. Go a little thicker. And it's falling apart, okay? It's that tender. So this was a prime brisket. I'm going to give some to the videographer. It's hot. Careful. I got a piece. This just melts in your mouth. I'm going to get some more of this crust. The crust, you can taste a little bit of that charcoal. This doesn't have any crust on it. Here, we'll see if the dogs like it. They like it. So it's just falling apart in my hand. I mean, I could almost pull this. But we'll get a bunch of slices sliced up here, and the videographer wants a little more. It's so tender and juicy. So all right, so we talked about the 3 fuels. Here's the Lost Canucks final thoughts and conclusions. Okay, so we cooked this thing for about 18 hours, super low and slow. Used the 3 fuels that we talked about. I put it in our my Vivor hot warming oven. I held it for 20 hours. Look, if you have a little warming oven, you can hold it. You know, I've gone as far as 28 hours. Okay, no problems, as long as you don't have a power failure. So foil boat method. Hey, it worked great. Set the crust up super nice. This thing's juicy. It is so yummy, it's delicious. So that's my final thoughts and conclusions. And like I said, I got rid of this this been almost a year in my freezer, so you want to get rid of your meat like that so it doesn't oxidize right away. If you're new to the channel and you wanted to check out the 3 ways to use the different fuels on your Lone Star Grillz 42-inch pellet grill, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. You're awesome, by the way. Appreciate it. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and you got some value out of it. It was a fun video to make. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps the channel. And for all my returning subscribers, hey, thanks for coming back. Thanks for checking me out. And like I say, I do this for fun. It's kind of my hobby. I like cooking on the old Lone Star Grillz 42-inch pellet smoker. So, yeah, this was a lot of fun. And so just don't forget, like I already talked about the thumbs up. So hit that thumbs up. And if you're new, subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little ding, 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 the notification. And I've got more pellet. I've got different cooking gear. I've got pellet smokers, charcoal drums, PK grills, you need the whole gambit, right? The only thing I don't have yet is an offset, and who knows, maybe next year I'll have one. So, all right. So, and again, I did get a free bowl of soup with the hat, if you're wondering.
This is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Well, you buy a hat like this, I'll bet you get a free bowl of soup, huh? Oh, it looks good on you, though.
Okay, enough of the silliness. Family's hungry. We're going to eat this here, or not all of it, but eat most of it tonight. And so if you liked anything I used in the video, any of the stuff outside, upstairs here, shameless plug because buying briskets is expensive. You can always leave me a thanks down below and buy me a beer or some more brisket, or check out the Lost Canuck affiliate link store below. Their affiliate links doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do make a very small commission, and it helps me buy things like bags of pellets or some charcoal or things like that. I don't make a ton of money off this. Lost Canucks final words in every video. Don't forget, be kind to each other. It really matters. It's really important. Mental health is very important. You don't know what other people are going through or what's happening in their lives. Cut them some slack and just be kind. That's all. All right, Lost Canuck says, take care. Bye-bye. We'll see you on the next video.
On the dashboard, taken years ago, turned around backwards so the windshield shows every street light reveals a picture answer.